Now, even though I've been a flatbedder for about a little over a year and a half, I always have my eyes and ears open to new way to do things. Then I'll take that new information and reevaluate and then understand if that's going to work for me. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a new way to strap, and maybe you'll learn something today. So stick around. Now, I certainly don't claim to know everything, and I've only been out here a year and a half. I still have a ton left to learn. But the day that I do claim to know everything is the day that I pray somebody takes my keys away from me. Because the day that you stop learning is the day that you become dangerous. So, this load, when I came around the backside of the building, I hit some bumps, and I still needed to tarp this load, but it was already strapped. I've got 2 racks of shelving sitting on top of each other, and they're sitting sideways. So it's a very unstable load. So I took 2 belly straps and threw those over, and then I took 6 straps. This is 30 foot, but I took 6 straps, alternating them, so that way I felt that that was enough securement. But as I was going around that building, I hit these bumps, and they moved on me. So unfortunately, when I got down there, I got out and saw the bad news. I saw that they were leaning up against the passenger side straps, and the driver's side straps had a few inches in between the strap and the product. And it was not like that whenever I strapped them down originally. So I made some phone calls, and I talked to someone that was much more experienced than me, and we talked about different ways that we could strap this load down to keep it nice and secure. Now, I was originally going to go back, I was going to strap it down, go around the building, and then have them reposition the load. But as I was adjusting or tightening down those bow tie straps, the product actually moved almost back to its original position, and those straps were extremely tight, and they worked extremely well as far as solidifying both layers on the bottom as well as the top. So I learned a new strapping technique the other day, and I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm calling it the bow tie strap. I'm sure there's probably a name for it that, you know, an old hand can educate me on. So if you know what this is called, please leave a comment down below. If you don't know what this is, leave a comment down below and tell me that you learned something today, so that way I know these videos are actually useful to some people. But these straps are going to go from one side of the trailer, and then it's going to go up and then around the entirety of the product, back through, and then it's going to come back down and attached to the other side of the trailer. So essentially it looks like the breast cancer bow tie. So I'm just calling it the bow tie strap for short. Now, when using this type of securement, you need to understand that this is not going to create a lot of down pressure. It's going to actually create very little down pressure. What this is going to do is going to create more side pressure than anything, and the product is going to be pulled towards the side that you're strapping down, or what we call the winch side. So when you're strapping down on the winch side, keep that in mind. You don't want to really put your back into it and tighten one side down, because you may shift the whole load. But you want to tighten down that one side, get it nice and snug, go to the other side, tighten it up a little bit more than you tighten this side, and kind of bounce back and forth. Is this going to take some time? Yes. But are you going to be safe? Yes. So, let's go have a look. All right, you're going to have to forgive me. I just rolled up those, and that was not fun at all. We'll be getting to a video about those here shortly. But what I was talking about, you can see right up here in front. You can see that from the winch, this strap goes up, and then it goes around both of those top layers, and then back down to the other side. So it's creating a bow tie. Now, this type of securement is more for left to right shift. And as you can see on this side, they're much closer together than they are on that side. And that's from what I explained earlier about how when I went around the building, that top layer moved on me just a little bit. But this type of strap right here, you don't want to use it and only it for belly straps to keep that top layer secured to the bottom layer, making that foundation on the bottom. What you want to use this for is to quell that side-to-side motion, because obviously these can move from side to side very, very easily. And even what I did back here was I took a winch strap and just wrapped it around to even give it a little bit more in place. You can see the belly strap there, the belly strap up there. I've got 6 across the top, and then I've got more bow tie straps right back here. And just one more quick note, whenever you are throwing straps over the top of this, you want to alternate. So I've got the winch side, then I've got the hook side. Then I've got the winch side, then I've got the hook side, winch side, hook side. And that's going to create even pressure, down pressure, as well as a little bit of side-to-side pressure. Even though this is pretty much 90 degrees, you're still gonna get a little bit of that side-to-side. But alternating, going down the entire load is gonna save you in the future. Wrapped up with that nightmare load, and we're bouncing over from Savage, Minnesota on over to Wausau, Wisconsin. Picking up another load there that's running down to Oklahoma City. Pretty decent load. We do have to mess with our 8-foot tarps again, so that sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not afraid of those 8-foot tarps if they pay right. Although I don't recommend them. I can't really say that. I do. They have paid for themselves, because they have gotten me out of places that I couldn't or wouldn't have been able to get out of without them. So they are good, and they do speed up the process. I do have enough tarps. I've got 3 set of 4-footers, and they're 16 by 24s. So I can cover a full load if I turn them sideways, but I have to use smoke tarps on both ends. So you're talking about throwing 5 tarps versus throwing 2 tarps. I'm gonna take the 2 tarps every single time. It is an absolutely gorgeous day up here. It's a little chilly, but hey, I'll take chilly over snow any day. What a day. Man, just a long one. You know, having to deal with those 8-foot tarps this morning. And, you know, when I got to the shipper this morning, or I'm sorry, the receiver this morning, there were 3 trucks in front of me, and it was about half an hour per truck. Plus he took a little break, so I was there for a long time. Lost a good amount of time this morning. And then ran over to Wausau, Wisconsin, pretty decent little deadhead, and had to cross Minneapolis. Minneapolis, very, very hit or miss city, as if you've been there, you know. Avoid Minneapolis in rush hour. It's nasty, especially on the west side. I think they've cleared some of that construction up. Haven't been over there in a minute, but whew, it was bad there for a couple of years. Anyway, so we are headed back. We didn't have to throw the 8-foot tarps on this load that we have. Thankfully, we've got a low profile, light load, and the fuel mileage should actually increase. And I'm looking forward to talking about that. We've got, I'll touch on this really quickly. I've got about 35 to 4,000 miles, something like that, on this this oil change, this PM. And that's how I calculate my fuel mileage, so that way I can adjust when I get my PMs. But For my fuel mileage right now, I'm getting about 7.7, and with this load that I've got on it, I look to be at a minimum of 7.8 by the time I get to OKC. So really been focusing on that, and I will look for that video that's coming out. I will let you guys in on the secrets that I use to get better MPGs. So be sure and click that subscribe button, ring that bell so you know when that video is coming out. But I think tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about tarping, so stay tuned for that. But as always, I'm signing off. I'm tired, and stay driven. Really? Did I just say, as always, I'm tired? I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe that's a subconscious thing. Maybe it's because I have 2 full-time jobs. No, subconscious thing. No, I definitely have 2 full-time jobs.